This is Daily Armenia, CivilNet's daily news digest. Here's what you need to know today. The head of the Council of Europe expressed the organization's support for Armenia's reform process on a visit yesterday to Yerevan. Secretary General Maria Pechinovich-Bunich met with officials including Prime Minister Nikol Pashinyan and Foreign Minister Ararat Mirzoyan, during which discussions had a particular focus on the needs of the ethnically cleansed population of Nagorno-Karabakh and the Council of Europe's role in addressing their issues. During her visit, the Secretary General noted, Armenia, with its democracy and values, has proved and proves that it is faithful to the agenda aimed at maintaining human rights, the stability of peace, and regional security. Mirzoyan asserted that the people of the Republic of Armenia are guided by their European aspirations. Following the visit, the Council of Europe's office in Yerevan announced it will soon present a $3 million aid package to assist Armenia with the influx of displaced persons from Nagorno-Karabakh, particularly women and children from vulnerable groups. In other diplomatic news, it was announced today that Mirzoyan will not participate in an upcoming meeting of the Commonwealth of Independent States this week in Minsk. As a part of Armenia's turn towards the West, it has distanced itself from Russian-led international bodies over the past year, such as freezing its participation in the activities of the Collective Security Treaty Organization. Days of shooting from Azerbaijan along the Armenian border continued last night as villages were hit in the vicinity of Goris. The Armenian Defense Ministry stated that Azerbaijani forces fired on Armenian positions, and it refuted a counterclaim by Azerbaijan that Armenian forces opened fire in the same area. The ministry called upon Baku to cease escalating the situation. The Armenian Ministry of Internal Affairs shared photos of a house in the village of Terh, which it says was damaged by last night's shooting. Yesterday, when asked about the days of shooting, a U.S. State Department spokesman said they've made it very clear the path forward for resolving this conflict is ultimately at the bargaining table, and that they welcome dialogue. He noted that Secretary of State Antony Blinken informed the leaders of both countries of the need for dialogue in recent discussions, but would not speak to any potential upcoming meetings for that purpose. There has been no final decision on whether border delimitation will be started from the northern Tavush region. This according to Deputy Prime Minister Meher Grigoryan, co-chairman of the Armenian-Azerbaijani Border Demarcation Commission. Grigoryan said it will not begin until decisions are made on various principles of security, social domestic, and legal natures. The matter is sensitive as Tavush is the location of 4 abandoned villages which Azerbaijan is demanding Armenia unilaterally hand over right away. Prime Minister Pashinyan has declared he is prepared to do so in order to avert war. That proposal is widely unpopular, as Azerbaijan has refused to make any similar gestures of the Armenian territory it occupies. Meanwhile, the recently established Committee for the Defense of the Fundamental Rights of the Artsakh people declared today that any political appointments made in Nagorno-Karabakh are illegal and reprehensible. Last month, Azerbaijani President Ilham Aliyev appointed a judge and president of the city court of Stepanakert. The committee stated, "We believe that these appointments carry far-reaching, malicious, and destructive intentions aimed at initiating an illegal process of property seizure and persecution of individuals." It also expressed its disappointment that the International Committee of the Red Cross, the lone international organization which has had presence on the ground in Nagorno-Karabakh throughout the past years, has withdrawn its mission from Stepanakert and moved to the Azerbaijani town of Barda. According to the committee, without the ICRC, the only international presence on the ground, Azerbaijan's hands will be completely free to do whatever it wants, which it has long wished for. And finally, the CivilNet number of the day is 90. That's the number of visits UK House of Lords member Baroness Caroline Cox has made to Nagorno-Karabakh over her past 30 years of advocacy for its people. In a new interview with CivilNet, the Baroness tells of how she decided to use her platform to become a voice for people whose voices are not heard, and gives insight into her decades of first-hand experience supporting Karabakh Armenians. Find a link to the interview in the description. And as always, please follow CivilNet for the latest news and independent reporting from our contributors on the ground here in Armenia.